She's been coming into branches for the last few weeks taking money. She's not who she says she is. She's taken a lot of money from these people. She has an ID. It's clearly a fake ID.
I guess there's... What's going on with your account?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right. Do you have your ID with you?
She has it. I was just going to turn it for you.
Okay. He said he read you Miranda already. Do you understand all that? Okay. Would you like to speak with me for a few minutes?
On April 6th, 2023, Delray Beach Police arrested a woman inside a Citibank branch for allegedly using a stolen identity to withdraw over $50,000. What follows is the legal breakdown.
Is he in there?
How are you?
Is my partner in there?
He's with the girl.
Okay.
So I just want to give you a little bit of a history without her hearing me.
Okay.
She's been coming into branches for the last few weeks taking money. Yesterday, we got a call from back office. She's not who she says she is. They've already blocked the account. We've confirmed with the client that this is not her.
Okay.
She's taken a lot of money from these people.
Ma'am, can I speak to you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I guess there's... What's going on with your account?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right. Do you have your ID with you?
She has it.
She has it?
Yes.
All right. What's your name? Grace?
Yeah, she has all the information.
Okay. Here, let's go over to the counter.
I was going to use the restroom.
Well, give it a second, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Here, let's just go to the counter here. Could you see that we get her ID? I guess there's some confusion about who you are and what your accounts are.
There should be.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I go outside?
No.
Oh.
Here, have a seat right here for me. Here, have a seat. Here, have a seat. All right. Now, who gave you this check?
It's right here.
Okay. And what did they give you the check for?
I'm a lawyer, so.
Okay. All right. So it's for services?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you live in Coral Gables right now?
Yes, I have an Airbnb that I'm doing in Biscaya,
Okay.
so.
All right. So what does La Raza Enterprises do?
It's one of the my clients.
Okay. With like what kind of work do you what business are they in?
I'm not sure. It's my client. He wrote the check.
Okay. You say he's your client, but you don't know what business he's in?
No, I'm sorry.
So far down.
Is it a person or an actual business?
No, it's a person.
Okay.
We've already moved on the roadway, so everything is worth putting down.
Oh, it's there.
Hello.
Hey, sit with me for a second.
Come here, I need a translator.
Hey,
Yeah.
I need to know what's going on.
I just told your partner. So she's been coming into 2 branches the last few weeks withdrawing money. We got an email from back office yesterday that this is not the client.
So this company, they said, did not issue
This
her the check.
actual person does not, this is not her.
That's not her.
We got emails yesterday from back office that person has not came into a branch at all.
Right.
She lives in Coral Gables. That's where she does all her banking. She
Right.
does not come to Delray.
So she's not.
That's correct.
And we don't know who she is.
That's correct. I have a client who needs a translator in the lobby. I'm not sure what she needs. She's sitting down. Stay with her.
She came in yesterday, and immediately after I did the transaction, we received emails from the representative for the client, because they're actually kind of a high-level client.
Right.
And immediately...
This La Raza Enterprises?
No, it's the exact same name as her, And there's also another signer on the account,
Right.
so it's the two of them. Has nothing to do with any business, at least on their personal accounts, but that's where she's transacting, is the
Okay.
personal account. The account number is
So
on
we're
the
saying
back.
this is a fake ID?
It's gotta be, because that's not her. That is the address of the client, but that's not her, and she's also gone to the Boynton branch. And we looked at their transactions, they never come up here, they're like Coral Gables.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, they confirmed that she is not the client.
She is not the client, but,
She is
and,
not.
and there is a client named,
She is not her. Okay, she is not her.
oh, okay. I'm still confused. So how do they know that who she is?
They looked at their banking, their online banking, and saw transactions that were not authorized by the client. So they
Now, the
contacted
client
us.
being,
No, the client is, I don't know where this check came from. She's depositing it. Yesterday, she deposited a check and made a withdrawal.
Right.
And so they saw on their online banking that, they did not do the clients.
Right.
Did not do the transactions. So they verified it's confirmed fraud. She is committing fraud, this
right,
woman that's
and she's
here.
trying to deposit this?
Trying to deposit. Yesterday, she took cash back,
Okay.
but that is not her.
Okay.
They confirmed it last night. We've been emailing back and forth since like almost immediately after the transaction.
What brought you up here?
I have an Airbnb that I'm working on in Biscaya.
Oh, nice. Biscaya? It's far from here, isn't it?
Oh, it's right here on Breast Atlanta.
Oh, that Biscaya. I was thinking Dayton, Biscaya. What do you drive? Ma'am? Ma'am?
A Cadillac.
A Cadillac? What color is it?
White.
Let me just check this in the car on the computer. I'll be right back.
She drives a white Cadillac, she said.
All right. Cadillac out here. Yeah.
So I'm on the phone. This client is right now in a police station in Miami right now.
This,
The actual lady is in a police station
Oh,
right
this
now in
Grace
Miami.
Escalona?
Correct.
yeah, well, this is the actual woman.
Yeah, that's
Similar, but not, but not.
definitely not.
I think I forgot to advise
Do
on
you
how
need to speak to them because I have them on the phone, or does that not matter?
No, it'll be good to speak to them.
let me talk to her.
They're in the police department?
She's in a police department
Right.
in Miami.
Have her speak to an officer to get a sworn statement.
Sworn statement.
Yeah, a sworn statement, if possible on video, if not, paper is good.
Perfect.
Okay? All right, I think we figured what this is.
The Fourth Amendment requires probable cause for arrest. Under Illinois versus Gates, that standard is measured by the totality of the circumstances. Here, a bank manager's first-hand report, internal fraud alerts, live victim identification, and a suspected forged license together establish probable cause and justify warrantless arrest. Under United States versus Watson,
I'm required to warn you before you make these statements that you have the following constitutional rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions, do you understand? You have the right to remain, any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make these statements and during any questioning, do you understand? All right, now you said you're a lawyer, so I guess all those rights you understand. All right, I guess the big question is, while I have your driver's license in hand, what's your real name?
That is I'll speak to my attorney.
All right, you can do that.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to place you under arrest.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you could just step down.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Just turn it for you. That's all I was doing. I'm not trying to resist.
I'm just trying to make it
Yeah, I'm not-
comfortable for you.
Yeah.
If you do it like you're praying, it's more comfortable.
fine. I should have put these things down first. All right, I'm placing under arrest for fraud.
Okay.
All right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna collect some information. You wanna hang with her for a second while I get some of the supporting stuff? I guess you were here yesterday, you withdrew some money?
Miranda versus Arizona mandates warnings before custodial interrogation. Edwards versus Arizona requires questioning to stop the moment counsel is invoked. Davis versus United States demands that invocation be unambiguous. The suspect's request for her attorney satisfied that rule and lawfully ended the interview. The alleged conduct falls under Florida Statute Section 817.568, Criminal Use of Personal Identification, and Section 817.034, the Communications Fraud Act, which becomes a first-degree felony at $50,000 in losses. Uttering the forged check triggers Section 831.02. Federal exposure under Title 18, Section 1028A, adds a mandatory 2-year consecutive sentence.
Okay.
I'm just gonna talk to my attorney.
All right, sounds good. Sworn statement from her. Citibank said I have to subpoena everything. She would give me a sworn statement, video, copies of the documents. The only thing I got is the check today. And I spoke to the actual victim who said she doesn't know who this woman is, she doesn't know how she got her information, and she doesn't even know who this company is.
Okay.
But she was trying to deposit, and basically yesterday she deposited yesterday she deposited a $5,800 check from some company called Axio, and she withdrew $4,000 immediately after. So she stole $4,000, and today she was going to attempt to deposit that. We don't know how much she was going to withdraw.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you read Miranda?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He said he read you Miranda already. Do you understand all that? Okay. Would you like to speak with me for a few minutes?
No, I just want to talk to my attorney.
Okay. And you said you did get her real name and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
The officers earn an A- for clean constitutional handling and a compliant, force-free arrest, with a small deduction for early positioning that left a restroom escape window. The branch manager earns an A for exemplary institutional cooperation. The suspect earns a B-, credited for calm compliance and proper invocation of counsel, but weighed down by the underlying alleged conduct. 4 lessons stand out. First, financial crimes are solved by paperwork and partnership, not pursuits. Banks and law enforcement working in tandem close cases before they ever reach the street. Second, everything a suspect volunteers before Miranda applies is usually admissible, so casual answers about employment, address, and clients become the prosecution's foundation. Third, invoking counsel is not an admission of guilt. It is a constitutional right and the single most protective decision a suspect can make. Fourth, for ordinary citizens, the practical advice is straightforward. Verify identities before releasing funds or documents, review bank statements weekly, freeze unused credit, and never share personal identification details over unverified channels. Let us know if there is an interaction or a legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more legal analysis.